Hey, welcome back to the Plowman Table podcast. Today we are continuing our episodes on hospitality. I recently shared my top 3 things that I do to get my house ready at a moment's notice for a friend coming over. And today we're going to talk about what do you feed the people when you have company coming over and it wasn't expected. Now, I could do an entirely different podcast on meals I like to cook for company when it's planned. But let's say it's a summer night and you really would like to just continue hanging out with your friend and just having a great day, like these impromptu dinners. I don't know. Do y'all do that anymore? I love doing that. I don't get to do it a lot, but when I do, my heart is so full at the end of the day. That's the kind of meals we're talking about today. What are some things that we keep in our house that they are us? Like, this is the Plowmans. When I go to their house, I'm probably going to eat this at some time. This is what we keep on hand. It's something that, like, we know how to cook it. We know how to get it together really, really fast. We usually always have these ingredients because the ingredients go in multiple things. They feed a small army and it works. These are my 3 meals. Sometime you should leave some comments on what are your 3 meals that you serve at your house all the time, that your friends and family, when they come by, your company drops in, they just become an extension of you and they get to enjoy these meals at your table because that's what they're there for. They're there to spend time with you. They're not there for your like Chef Gusto kind of cooking. They're just there for you. So what are your top 3 meals that you serve for your guests? Or maybe you have more than 3. Let us know what they are. Give us some ideas. But these are ours. And these are things that they don't take long. Some are not classy. And then one, you can make it feel really nice in just a few minutes. Okay? So these are mine. Number 1, pizza. Frozen pizza. So for a time, Sunday nights was pizza and the Funny Show night at our house. The Funny Show was America's Funniest Videos. And every night after church, we would bust out the pizzas from the grocery store and we would cook those and we would watch AFV and have like store-bought sandwich cookies as a dessert. That was our Sunday night. And our tradition has changed a little bit as the seasons of life have changed, but every single week, in some capacity, I have pizza in my house. I don't buy the frozen pizzas as much anymore because I have a bread business on the side and I almost always have my sourdough pizza crust ready to go and in the freezer, or I have a very quick skillet pizza crust that I can do in 5 minutes or less. And I will link my episode, in the episode notes, I will link that recipe for you if you're interested. But I always have pizza going on, whether it's from the grocery store or it's a crust, some cheese, some sauce, and like bacon bits or some sandwich ham cut up, diced real small, a can of pineapple, cut it up and put on the pizza. I am not talking about this huge meat lovers kind of pizza. We are bare bones here. Enough of the ingredients that qualify to make something pizza. That is what I have at my house. This is something that can go so far, so fast, especially if you have anything to put with it. Some carrots and ranch, bag salad, chips and salsa, fruit. Anything goes with pizza. Pizza is the best. Like, it really is a superfood. We have it. One time, when we were in our Sunday night pizza ritual, we had a guest coming, and he had, like, we knew he was coming. And he and his grandson were going to stay at our home. And they had stayed for 2 nights, and I was prepared for that. But there was a little miscommunication. I did not realize that they were going to also stay Sunday night. And I mean, it makes sense. They would have had like a 8-hour drive after evening service at church. So duh, of course they were staying. But like for whatever reason, that was lost in translation. And I was not prepared for them to stay. So I completely panicked. I'm like, I don't have a nice meal for them. Like I had done it up for the past 2 meals for dinner. But I just didn't have it. Like, I was totally expecting us to go back to our family norms that night. And we also lived in a place where, like, the grocery store was like 30 minutes away. There was, like, a tiny little convenience store, and it would have some stuff, but, like, it was super expensive if you needed to buy any of their grocery items. So I was like, okay, I don't really want to do that. What can I do? And we just decided, you know what? This is what we have, and I know I have plenty. And he runs a youth camp, for crying out loud. He is used to easygoing stuff. We're having pizza and the funny show. And you know what? That's what we did. I served frozen pizzas to this traveling pastor and his grandson, and my not even name brand sandwich cookies, like the cheapest kind that nobody really likes, sandwich cookies for dessert. And it was on paper plates. And you know what? We had the best time. We just sat at the table and enjoyed each other. The kids, they watched the funny show. They were downstairs laughing their heads off while we just enjoyed each other's company. And you know what? It was the best thing. And after that, it was like, this is what hospitality is supposed to look like. People are just staying with you and visiting with you because they want to be with you. And they don't expect you to pull out the red carpet for them. And that is exactly what these people were like, and that is exactly what happened, and we loved it. And it is by far, in my memory, one of the most favorite times I've ever had somebody over. And to my understanding, they felt the same way. Maybe if he's listening, he can be like, lady, you should never do that again. No, I'm just kidding. Like, we all laughed, and I even told him the situation, and it was fine. It was so much fun. So, sorry, rambling. That was just a fun story. But frozen pizza, sandwich cookies, that's always at our house. Okay, another thing that we always have, we grill all the time. So I always have some sort of hot dog, brat, burger that can go on the grill. And we do a lot of chips and salsa here. I make a ton of pico de gallo. I have a great salsa that's from cans that you can do if it's the winter and you don't have the fresh produce. We always have some tortilla chips up in this place. So hot dogs, chips, and salsa, it's a winner. Especially, ooh, I'm hitting my mic. I'm sorry. Especially for the summer. You can do it outside. The kids can play in the sprinklers. You can enjoy the back porch, except for as of late. It's been like over 100 degrees lately. But, and normal summer temperatures, I guess. This is easy. It doesn't take long. It takes like 30 minutes max to get something on the grill cooked. That's like a hot dog or a pre-frozen burger, something like that. And if you have to stop by the store and grab some buns, or if your friend, my friends are super gracious. They're like, hey, what can I bring? Asking them to grab a bag of tortilla chips or buns if you don't happen to have enough of one of those things. It's not anything that's going to break the bank, and they never mind having to do that. It's no thought involved. It's just last minute, real quick. So hot dogs, pizza, those are the two that are quick and easy convenience meals that are always happening at our house. And then the last one, this is kind of our tucked up our sleeve meal. We are adopting from India. And so we have learned how to make Indian food. And, some Indian food, but we're very good at tikka masala. And something we always have on hand at this house, no matter what, is I always have canned tomatoes, tomato paste, some chicken or chickpeas, and rice. And if you have those things, plus my spice cabinet's always full of chili powder, cumin, garlic, onion powder, salt, pepper, you can make tikka masala. You also are going to need some cinnamon or something, like some sort of warm spice. But that is stuff I always have. I have that for a million other meals. Chili, spaghetti, cinnamon for the toast in the morning. I have it all the time. And tikka masala, like your friends aren't expecting you to pull out some Indian food when you go to their house. It's easy, it's delicious, it's so filling because the rice, it's a good filler. You don't have to have a lot of protein, even if you don't have protein. Traditional Indian food isn't always served with an actual meat. It's often served with some sort of bean, chickpea. They get their protein from the Greek yogurt that goes on it. I always have Greek yogurt at my house. This is a very quick, elevated meal that we can put together in an hour or less. So I don't know. What do you have at your house? Spaghetti is another one. That's not my husband's favorite, so I usually don't offer that when we have friends over because he just doesn't like it. But we always have some sort of noodles and sauce. A quick salad. Romaine lettuce, that's something I get all the time, and it doesn't go bad in like a day like iceberg lettuce does. Keep it on hand, some cheese, cucumber, a couple cherry tomatoes, and you've got a salad. Your friends, when it's a last minute thing, they know that it's last minute. Like, you're not fooling them. This wasn't planned. They did not expect you to have a meal big enough to feed everyone at your house waiting for them. Pull together what you have and ask them to get in there with you. Be like, hey, can you swing by the store and grab this? Or if you have enough, you don't need them to help, give them a task to do in the kitchen. They hate having to sit there and watch you do it. It makes them feel bad. It makes me feel awkward. I feel awkward asking them to help, but I also know what it feels like just sitting there like, I don't know what to do, but I want to help. Get them involved. Your friends are friends because of the person that you are, not because of the things that you have. And if they are your friend because of the things that you have, they're not your friend. You don't want those people. Don't be that person either. I don't think any of you listening to a hospitality podcast are that kind of a person. It's not about how amazing and how glorious of a meal that you can share with somebody. It's just about having a spot at the table for them to sit down, share their heart with you, and you invest in them. Your hearts and your bellies are going to be full with something simple. It's just the people together. That's really what it's all about. Thanks for joining us today.